shithole as they are. Okay. Now, okay, so Dolores Cannon. I want to just read something from her. Earth is one of the heaviest planets to live in, and it's very, very difficult to cohabitate here. She says it's one of the heaviest planets to live on, and the people that come here are treated, that sign up to come here, are treated as very, very brave warriors because they are trying to have that experience on this very evil planet. And, where there is no abundance, there is no real fresh air, there's pollution everywhere. We walk amongst clones and goblins and, all kinds of, vampires and so on and so forth. This is what she says, okay? It's not easy to live here. And as well, I guess we'll all see sooner or later. When you sign up to come here, others, angels, are very proud of you, okay? And this means that many benevolent galactic beings out there don't want to sign up because they're too scared, okay? It's only us that signed up that are scared, or had the bravery to take it on. Because being that we are here now, and the starseeds and the light workers that are here, we come here to live, to experience, but also to shine the light and prolong the light and the love. And this is what our job is to do. So this is where it goes back to say, please do not show your anger or show your fear, your fear mongering, or any type of fear of any type. Go out there and do something good, because you will be shining the light and raising the extension, of the Schumann resonance of this planet by doing good things to others, okay? Okay. Everybody with me so far? I don't think it can be possible to go much longer. We've got to be near the end. Yes, we are. But like I said, things will start changing, and things are changing right now. What did our commander-in-chief say? He said, as it gets bad, and when it gets really, really bad, that means we'll be very, very close to the end. I believe that we're in the fourth quarter with minutes counting. I think there's only minutes left in this big power play. And like it says, and I will stay on that topic and stay with my story on that one until July the 4th, and then we'll see how this all breaks through and how this thing all transforms, okay? How you doing, Stargazer? It's tough on everybody, but that's because we're awake, right? We're the ones that are awake, and, for the sleepers, they don't have a clue what's going on. Every day's like another day to them. Now, this is a good one. I want to jump on this. Now, Obama, and this is for entertainment purposes only, and also I have never asked for money, and I never will ask for money. Apparently, there is a Big Daddy out there. He's on a lot on YouTube, and that has all been hijacked, okay? And that's all been, basically forged videos of me saying what I have to say. And then, of course, their Big Daddy that was taken over, because I was kicked off of TikTok and all these other sites at that one point, and that give them an open avenue. So you can thank whoever it was that kicked me off. At that time, it was TikTok. I can blame, because Big Daddy was able to take my name and my content and then flop that over to YouTube, and now he's out there doing whatever he's doing. And of course, it's putting my content out there, but he's also asking for money, and I never do that, okay? And anybody that knows me knows that I've never asked for money. Anyways, this is a good one, and comes from intel that's out there, and it's Obama was at Gitmo, and he was, he was neutralized at Gitmo, but was he or was he not? Apparently, there's inside information saying that he is still out there running around. Could be in, little state of Israel. It could be in Ukraine. It could be anywhere right now. But, and then you're seeing him pop up in places like Toronto or Mississauga or, Brampton or wherever he was at. Very well could have been a body double, right? Yeah, and he's maybe in London now. These are body doubles, and that's why the Alliance or White Hats are not going after him. And they could arrest him, make a big scene or whatever it's going to be. But they're putting out many, many Obamas. But, he could be, the real one still could be out there. Now, take it for what it's worth, right? It could be easy, could be not so easy, right? He has a house there in UK. Thanks, Warrior. So Obama's got a house in the UK. Yeah, I mean, who knows if that's really him or if it's a clone. They are producing so many of him. It's like, what's his name? And let me just get into this here a little bit. There was a guy, his name was Jim Russell. And he was from Star Trek, and he was playing the part of Obama. Now, I believe they've caught him, and he's turning state's evidence now. Okay? Yeah, probably definitely a clone. Yes, I know. Obama's body doubles, they vary, okay? Arthur Roberts was Biden's double, but he's also been caught, and he's also turning state evidence now as well. Now, the real Obama, as everybody has been saying on here, was executed in Gitmo a long time ago. Very, very good. It's a good analogy. Maybe he was. And maybe that's what it is. Maybe this is just the power play or the movie being played out to put the scare into everybody. I don't know, but all of them are clones, and real ones, been gone. But the clones or body doubles are still out there because he's still roaming around doing these stupid engagements. Okay, so it's like trying to wipe out an anthill. You smash it and 1,000 ants come out and run in different directions. Okay, now, but they do know one thing. Obama, the real Obama, smells like sulfur. Okay, that's why there was always flies hanging around him and flying around him. Okay, and anybody that does smell and has a really, really bad odor to them are most likely clones. Okay, so you will have that little scent. I mean, I don't know if you're a smoker or not a smoker, but if you don't smoke, your nose really picks up the scent of different odors that you pass by stuff with. And I keep a very keen nose on that stuff that's going on there, especially when I'm hitting the supermarket. I do not shop in the middle of the afternoon when it's crowded. I wait till about an hour before closing. And then I go do my little bit of shopping that I'm going to do, right? And that way, it's either that or first thing in the morning before everything gets going. Yeah. Michelle was Michael, exactly. And I don't know, she didn't couldn't run as fast or wasn't as elusive or elusive as Obama was. Yes, Obama's part of the or elusive as Obama was. Yes, Obama's part of the or elusive as Obama was. Yes, Obama's part of the Central Cabinet. Or elusive as Obama was. Yes, Obama's part of the Central Cabinet. The movie right now, and this stuff play out, and we will see events happening as what they've always said. They've always said that, this is not about timing or what date it's going to be, or this date's going to happen here, or whatever's going to happen at this date. These are event-driven, a movie. Okay, Obama and the Biden and the other globalists, okay, controlled I'm sorry, I can't even read my own writing. Oh, yes. And the controlling treasonous Democrats are basically being taken out systematically, and there's lots of them, okay? They're getting out of control right now because of, the bots, they do not have any more gasoline. There's no more supplies that's being fed to them. The programming is dying off, and this is why you're going to see a lot of people on this planet die that you thought were, friends, family, whatever the case may be, and you might have had a passing of, friends and whatever close to you, or maybe your neighborhood and stuff like that. You might be noticing that around them. Well, that is because they were program sleepers, NPCs, clones, whatever they were, basically were in line to assimilate into society for years and years, even going through their whole lifestyle or their whole life. But their time has run out. And this is why Bo Pony says, millions will die on this planet. And that's because they are really, they don't really have a soul to begin with. So this is exactly, I'm just getting the information out from everybody else. How you doing, Texas? Good to see you, Mimi. So Arthur Roberts also was caught and is now turning state evidence. Okay, now, give me a second here. Oh, May 20th, I guess. They're giving the date out there, and I don't know why. GESARA takes over, okay? New currency is taking over from the old fiat currency as we speak right now, okay? It'll be between the 17th here now and going on, so on and so forth. And I did post a picture of Trump and the new $100 bill. That is gold back, okay? So if you grab that, if you happen to run into that with the Trump face on it and his signature, and I believe it's Vice President J.D. Vance signature as well. Picture, it's not a picture, but it's a signature. That is gold back currency. So, that's important to know. Okay. You're going to be experiencing all of this, and Americans are going to experience all this first and foremost. Okay. Now, the crystal chambers, okay, are being rolled out, and they could very well be a part of the data centers, or what we're calling the data centers. Those could be those crystal chambers that are going in there. Now, the first responders, people that have been in traumatic, kinetic warfare, stuff like this, are going to be going in there. Children that are being pulled, and what I'm understanding, there's word coming out of Russia, what Trump or what Putin is uncovering in the dumps there, and in Ukraine and stuff like that is beyond words, and it's actually quite horrifying. And I believe that there's a whole bunch of equipment that is all geared up and ready to go to deal with them. So we patriots and people that have not been involved in this huge kinetic war of worlds, have not been involved in. We're going to have to wait till all the casualties are rebuilt, reconditioned and stuff like this. And I believe they're putting this stuff out as fast as possible. It's not just the crystal chambers that are coming in, but they're allowing all kinds of new, even the supplements that are coming out there now, and they're allowing, this freedom of speech is starting to open up, other than Canada and England, and of course other places like that. But at least, we're able to, through the internet, able to go after stuff like these, the tea that I was mentioning this morning, which I will advertise and put it out there, and I'll show you what it is once I receive a box of it and start drinking it. It's very, very good stuff. Anyways, okay, so Trump was going to announce total separation from the globalists and into the new quantum financial system very, very shortly. Okay. And I believe that's coming, we're in the, middle of May right now. We got June coming and of course July. So, we are at the end of this movie. I believe we are at the end of the movie where full disclosure is going to come. And, that's why I'm saying more than ever right now, stay in the light, stay, without anger and, be kind to others. Just do one kind thing per day for everybody, for somebody out there. And, because we have the Galactics looking over us as well as our creator. Okay. Now, we're going to get a personal wallet. Okay. Anybody that has a birth certificate is going to get a personal wallet tabbed onto your account. Okay. You'll be sent back to your birthplace, okay, to activate your account. That's what they're saying. Now, that there is a fine line there, because if you have become a American or Canadian or whatever citizen you are, and have that, but I don't know. They never fully disclosed everything, and there is a possibility you might have to go back to the place of origin to open up your wallet, to activate your wallet. And the wallet, like I said yesterday, is, you could put, XRP, XLM, whatever you want in there. That's why I had said, don't do anything, or don't go out there and try to, build any type of wallet on your own, because you could get scammed. Okay. Just wait for this stuff to happen, and it'll be appointed to you once you, get your, if you have to fly back to your country to get yourself activated, I'm sure you can still come back, once you do that. But, that's what's going to happen. And I'm starting to notice that there's a lot of cheap airfares out there right now, because everybody stopped flying. Maybe nobody has any money. I don't know. But they're dropping, return tickets from Vancouver to Manila right now. In my case, from $1,700-$1,800 down to $900. So I mean, that's cut in half. Okay, so Tier 4B, okay, organized, okay, are being organized right now to get ready. They're being told, the Tier 4B organizers and people in charge of that are being told to get ready. Okay? To get ready. That is a big, big sign. I believe Tier 4B is about to go off. So anybody holding, any type of foreign currency that you bought through the bank or money exchange or whatever that has been, documented by them, you'll be getting notified very, very soon. They're going to be sending out notices. Okay, the Fed is dead. Okay, just so everybody knows, CRA is dead, IRS is dead, and stop sending your money into them. New gold-backed news currency have been loaded up into your accounts, and there's some accounts you don't even know about. You don't even know about these accounts. Okay. Area of Life Coach says, Coach is a Masonic filth. Yes, everybody's got their own opinion, They're doing a lot of things to, mislead people. We're going to say a lot of, we're going to find out a lot of different things that are happening. Okay? How you doing, Crazy Bear? Yeah. I heard there was a place, Crazy Indian, I heard there was a place in Wyoming. It was 120 acres, backed onto a huge, reserve area, government reserve parkland of 200 or 2 million acres. It had a lake on it and some other stuff and a creek running through it and whatever, $77,000. And I'm going, my God, that's a great price. I mean, that's, and it was like, they said it was like 70 miles from some city. I'm not sure. I'd have to check. I thought of you right away when I seen that, and I said, geez, that's a hell of a price for that. And, to get and speaking of land and stuff like that, there's a lot of places that are coming out and people have, basically pulled up tents and they're just saying enough of this city living and country living or whatever they're doing. And they're going out and they're just going on to open public land and parking it. And they're just saying, they got their power plants and their solar panels and their windmills and whatever they're doing. And they're just saying, no, I need a break from this craziness. And I need a break from this matrix. And I don't blame them. They're just going to wait for all this to run its course, right? Now, let's see what we got here. Now, I'm going to say this next thing very, very delicately because it's a very delicate topic. I'm just going to say that all the ones that were involved in the island, you know what I'm talking about, that guy's island, Jeff's island, everybody that was involved or, indirectly involved or whatever case may be, that has not been, even people that you will not even know that was on the list, they've got the list, okay? They're going to be dealt with. And they're probably already at the YMCA. And they're going to be dealing with that at the YMCA. Now, when this lockdown comes, these countries, like I said, are going to be cleaned up. Okay? Is Tier 4B only for people, I'm sorry, you didn't catch that, only for people with bonds, or is Internet Group? No. The Tier 4B is people that went to the bank and bought foreign currency or, went to the money exchange and went, actually did their due diligence and went to the bank exchange or money exchange to exchange money. Because that's all usually, not so much the money exchange, but in some cases, if, like, say, for instance, I was at a money exchange in Vancouver, and I was changing over and I had a whole bunch of Canadian dollars and I bought a bunch of yen. That would be documented at that exchange center, right? Because that's on over the counter, because they got registration and receipts and all that stuff. They have to put everything in receipt form, okay? All that's been collected. Or at the bank, of course, all that's been collected. So they know that you hold foreign currency, okay? Those are the Tier 4B people. Now, the people that got, gone on a vacation, went someplace and come back with a bunch of foreign currency and they end up stuffing it in their top drawer and just leaving it, those are the Tier 5. And they will be dealt with afterwards. Okay? But as far as the bonds go, I believe that they're being worked on right now. Okay? And the bonds people that hold bonds and stuff like that, will be notified for that. Do you hold a bond? If you do, then you should be getting involved in that. In the bond group and the Tier 4B are totally different. Okay, I'm paying $5,000 to the person, 5 people to message me. God did. All right. If it sounds too good to be true, it's too good to be true. Christians flooded really? Christians flooded Washington. That's so cool. I wish I was there. Washington, D.C. Is that the District of Crimes or Criminals? D.C., is that the one you're talking about? The District of Criminals? Yeah, good. It's good news. God's waking up his people. His flock is waking up. they had a tent city during the COVID, and they've with so much crime they closed it down. Yeah, well, that's in the city. I believe that there's a lot of people that are like-minded people that just want to get along and talk with people of their mindset, and that's what I'm talking about. I mean, people just want to get out there and sit around the campfire and just get back to nature a little bit and be out in the wilderness. And there's a lot of young ones, and I'm pleasantly surprised to see that people from all ages are getting involved in that. So they don't want to be a part of the matrix, and they're not. They're taking a proactive movement. So when will the gang stalking end? As soon as they get caught, or you do something about it. I don't know what the deal is with that gang stalking. I don't see it around where I am. I'm not I'm not physically, mentally involved in that area. But mind you, like I say, I'm in Canada, so I'm not just seeing it. Where are you located at? Let me know where you're located. Hopefully they're stuffing their pockets as we speak. The gang stalking, I don't even, please give me that definition about gang stalking. I mean, I'm not sure. What is it? A group of guys that are, they follow somebody, and then they jump him and steal all his money and keys and everything? Is that what is gang stalking? I don't, please teach me. How are they going to change the minds of teens in the process of this transition? Well, they're going to figure it out. They pass or fail. That's basically what it's. We've had 10 years of waking up this planet, of bringing the planet's not waiting. Even us intuitives and starseeds and light workers and the patriots that are out there that have long been awake for many, many years now are even having a bad time with this ascension. We're having a tough time with it. Can you imagine? This is what's going to happen. They're going to have to get the Band-Aid ripped off. We've had 10 years to at least right now, going on 11 years to try and wake up the planet. And they say most of the planet's waking up. Now, let me just point out something here. My sister, from another mister, she's a soul sister. We were talking, and her son, he's like 55, and he is now waking up. He's a Canadian, and at first, many years ago, when this liberal concoction was being formed and put together by these seedy scumbags inside Ottawa, faking all kinds of election fraud and the scamdemic that was going on with all these election machines and whatever. He was all for it. Okay, I'm using him as a barometer right now, because now he's saying, because I don't actually get physically talking with a lot of the younger people. I mean, even 45, 50-year-olds are still, a lot of them aren't waking up. A lot are. But I'm using him as a barometer. And now he's saying about the separation from Alberta, Saskatchewan into, being part of the 51st, for the North American Alliance or the Western Kingdom. He's kind of swaying towards it. He says, I've had enough of this shit. I've had enough of the corruption and the seedy, obvious, unruly agenda that the Liberals have against the Canadian people about being, we're all being replaced by immigrants. We got to immigrant army being formed for our military, and we have a immigrant police force that has been long, since its conception, has been a corporation only faithful and loyal to the monarchy of England. And that's the Royal Canadian Mounted Police. And, they're being filled up, and basically the Canadians are being removed and being replaced by foreign immigrants. So all I'm going to say is that it's not going to end well for you foreign immigrants that are coming in here, because you're going to have to deal with, maybe 25 million very pissed off Canadians that will not stand for this bullshit that's going on. They're just not going to stand for it. You can kick around Canadians, you can starve them, you can beat them up, whatever. But when you break that straw that breaks the camel's back, Canadians will uproar like you have never seen. Hell will come upon you like you've never seen that before. I know that. I know. I'm living in Western Canada. And, this is not a place for, let's just say, blue hairs, okay? Anyways, Derek Johnson, people are questioning you, thinking you are an imposter. I'm not sure. There's going to be a lot of different things that are misleading, Mama. We're living in basically the end times of this apocalypse. But the apocalypse is not for us. It's for them. And everything, when this all comes out in the wash, well, we're going to be really very, very surprised at a lot of people that we thought were on our side that weren't. But I think in my heart, I think Derek Johnson is a young, decorated army trooper. And I think he's got some intelligence. He's got some common sense. And my intuition says that, he's probably playing a part in this movie. He's probably central casting. Yeah. Well, yeah. I'm not sure. I can't read your name, but are you having a bad day? Yeah. Well, I appreciate your comment, but yeah. Don't get scammed by the QFS account. Yeah, spammers and other creation content. Yes, I know. Pretending to be Alex. Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of people that are out there, they will have my content, then they'll ask you for money. I have never asked you for money, and I never will ask you for money. I do not need or want. I want you to all be rich, okay? And I want you to receive everything that is deserved to be coming to you. I pray for that every day. Because if you're rich, I'm rich, okay? And then we all get along and sing Kumbaya together. This is how it's all been part of the 30-year plan. We are in the 30th year. Yes, we are. July the 4th, maybe at this point, could be the final page of this last chapter. I think it could be. And then, of course, a lot of things will be rolled out from then. And, I'm having a really, really good time watching these mugshots come up on Stalkers Canada on TikTok. Just type it in, Stalkers Canada, and and then just press the heart and press the plus sign and start following, because there's a lot of nefarious child diddlers out there and sex offenders. Okay. That's in Canada right now. And they are starting to show them and their mugshots and explaining the full name, where they're from, and all kinds of good information on them. So that way, if they are pop up in your area, that you can keep a close out and watch for them and take pictures, and then get a public awareness around these hideous fiends. Eventually, they will be they will be, let's just say their movie's going to end, okay? Their movie's going to end very, very soon because this is being, performed at public announcements now on TikTok, so they are being exposed publicly, okay? God, I got so much to do still. Oh, my goodness. You think you know the, yeah, well, that's what I said about the Jeffries Island. There's going to be people on that you never expected to be on, but they're on there, and they're going to be sent to the YMCA, and they're and that's going to bring down corporations. It's going to bring down dynasties, like family dynasties. It's going to bring down. Okay. Putin had just said he is determined to bring down the achrome factories inside of Eastern and Western Europe. He's not so much involved in the Western Europe as much as he is Eastern Europe. That's his concentration because that's where it's the thickest. And he said he is bound and determined, and he's working very, very closely with our commander and Bobby G and to bring all that down. But G's got his own, his own handful of achrome factory problems in China. Okay. I'm not going to say a couple of these things. I'm just going to say Cuba has been under the communist rule, okay, since 1958. I was 3 years old. 1958. So I'm looking at this and saying they've been under communist rule for almost 70 years. No wonder they're such a depressed, shackled up people. And, millions have fled that into Miami to make Miami Little Havana. So, they will be picked up and they will have a free boat ride back and forth to see their ancestors and their families once again. And I believe it's going to be this year. Okay. I'm so looking forward to that because Cuba was such a black spot in the North and South American continent. Now, Trump is going after the countries that have the most suppressed of its people, as I said before. That's why he's going after the countries he's going after. But mark my words, Canada, England, France, Germany are on the list. Australia, New Zealand, they're all on the list. And, that he's going to liberate the world, okay? As long as we are in that Western hemisphere, he's going to deal with it. But he's also dealing with some of his countries based on his relationship and his status in Scotland. I'm going to leave it there because he's got high status in Scotland. Okay. So, and mark my words, he's not going to leave the country he come from or his ancestor come from. He's not going to leave it in an enslaved situation. So be prepared, Scots and the Irish and the Wales and the English. Trump is on his way. Okay. 0 point energy and healing chambers are probably disguised as data centers. Okay. As I said before. So I believe that we're going to be looking at these very, very soon. And I believe there's maybe going to be a shortage of water now, but once they start letting these dams go throughout the world, we're going to have all kinds of water running again. This is there was never any floods or tornadoes or, hurricanes or volcanoes, any of that. It was a very, very pleasant, peaceful world. What you see and what you witness with even these deserts now, they all have all been terraformed into being dead sea of sand. But that's all going to be taken over again. And we're going to have this beautiful, lush planet, such as the rainforests of Brazil. It's all going to be put back in God's, in what we think should be untouched. We're not going to need, wood product. We're going to go to other forms of building, maybe crystal building, our advanced, crystal chambers. Okay. Yes, Canada loves Trump. Absolutely. It's only the few libtards that just have a hard time. How you doing, Gigi and Stuart? Good to see you. So, how you doing, Cowboy? Grasshopper, Giant, yeah. Lucky, Jade, yes, and Rose, good to see you. A lot of people coming in. So this is why we're being, getting this thing already planned out. The trillions and trillions. How you doing, Philippines? Good to see you, sister. This is why we're seeing the whole world. I mean, thinking about the Philippines. I go in the Philippines, I see this absolute lush forest. And I see that this is God's creation. And, people are going to take note. Our little ones are going to be educated to take care of the planet. They're not going to be educated in doing the evil things that what they're being educated now with. Okay? All of this is going to change. And the people that have been brainwashed, we will take the love and the light and the patience that we have and put them in for a good, re-education, to reboot their brain and, kind of move the wiring around, just uplift the wiring. Yeah. Yeah, welcome. Yes, independent Alberta. It's going to be independent Calgary or independent Canada. I believe Canada, all of Canada is going to be the 51st state. Yeah. I think, what's Alberta's doing right now, I love, I believe that, if we're going to have any leader in Canada, I believe for me, it's Danielle Smith. I live in BC, but, and of course now there's a nice lady, another good lady, in British Columbia, that is saying that she wants to also be, independent from, the federal outlaws of the East. Okay. Yep. How you doing, Grasshopper? And Cassidy and Cowboy, good to see you. Manitoba is full of libtards. Yeah, brother, sister, we are all full of libtards. Okay. But we have to make a change there. There's going to be libtards mixed in with the sleepers, mixed in with the NPCs. They're all different. Okay. And I can elaborate on that, but that's all kind of old news. And, everybody's probably pretty aware of that stuff. Yeah. Well, people can say ignore fake Derek. I don't know what he said or did to get everybody triggered against Derek. I don't know. I don't listen to him all that much because he, for me, sometimes he rambles on about stuff that is really irrelevant. And he attacks his attackers, and I don't like spending time on on the negatives that are trying to attack me. I live in Winnipeg. It's bad. It's bad. Yeah, I know. It's bad in every city, brother. It's bad in every city. Yeah. Oh, I don't know who's spamming QFS setup. QFS is already set up on your accounts. Okay. So whoever's out there, if they're pointing it at me, no, I don't do that. I'm saying that the QFS is already aligned and attached to your bank account, and you have when you have base attached to your birth certificate, you have accounts in there you don't even know you have yet, and if your birth certificate says you were born in India, guess what? You're going to have to go back to India to collect your pay. That's an absolute guarantee. I know that, and I touched on it a couple of years ago about that, and I got attacked from that. But I believe what is happening now. I believe that what I said back then is more likely true. So whatever your birth certificate says, wherever you were born, if you were born in Karachi, Pakistan, or Mumbai, India, or Tokyo, Japan, or Shanghai, China, Manila, Philippines, wherever you were, if that passport says that's where you are, then you're going to have to go back there, I believe, to collect your pay. That's what I'm getting. That's the intel I'm getting, and that's military intel. Okay? I will never ask you for money anywhere, okay? I don't need anybody's money. And I do want to touch again. I want to touch again on silver, because maybe there's people that has missed that. Do not worry about the silver. In fact, go out there and buy more, okay? Because you're dealing with a dissolving, failing, collapsing stock market and COMEX that, I mean, they might even overhaul it, but it might crash, and I think Trump might crash it and then rebuild it right away, clear out all the goblins, and then rebuild it in his eyes and have it build, make it come back. Yeah. Everybody's saying ignore fake Derek. Okay. I mean, what has he said that is triggering everybody? I know that he fights with a lot of his critics. Yeah. He's trying to get people to sign up to a quantum financial system. Is he? Well, then that's a fake account. They're using Derek content to have you sign up for a fake account. It's not Derek Johnson. Okay? So, that's what's happening to me. That's what's happening to a lot of people. They're using, platform, social media people like myself, truthers, to get the content out, so then they can turn around there, get you to DM them and send them money. I've had it ever since I've had a computer back in the day when it first come out. Because I was trying to put out content then. And, I'm getting attacked all over. I can't even sell anything that I want to sell on Marketplace on Facebook because they've attacked me. Yeah, it's really, it's very frustrating. There is a price to be paid for telling the truth. He has all of your content on his page, yes. Yeah, Big Daddy's out there. He's on YouTube, and he's, kicking the stuff out, saying Nasera Jacera, don't go down that path. That's why I had to go to live only on TikTok and be able to put my content out, because it's harder for them to duplicate. But he seems to be doing it now. But this is why I got to be very vigilant and try to keep telling everybody that's on this site not to play into the Big Daddy parade. Okay, you can listen, but don't send any money. Don't send any money anywhere. It's somebody pretending to be Derek Johnson. Exactly. Yeah. He's explaining laws and orders for people who don't get the Q operation. Well, listen, Q is Q. That's a military operation. It's always been a military operation. We are Anons, okay? I consider myself an Anon. I don't follow Q comms as much, but I consider myself a Q supporter. President Trump is Q+. And I believe that John F. Kennedy is Q++. How you doing, Sagittarius? Thank you. They're putting so much data centers out there because it's not data centers. They're probably, center point energy that's going to be redirected towards your homes. Yeah. And it's either that and then maybe even crystal chambers or med beds. That's what I'm thinking. And they're using a lot of energy. It could be even centers for Starlink. That Starlink's a part of the center point energy. That's what I'm thinking. Trump would never allow this to be under construction. Another thing, okay, and this is for entertainment purposes only before I explain this. Trump built the ballroom to break up the SATAN grid lines and all the grid lines that were going underneath there, okay? There was a grid line from there right to the financial district of London, right over to the playground in the Vatican. All that got broken up. And they shut everything down. It's all been messed up. And he's rebuilding the big pond that's there where that center point is there. And that's all getting turned around there. All the ley lines underneath there are all getting turned up. He's destroying everything that the goblins had put together. And that's why it's going to be a big and beautiful ballroom for entertainment. They're not doing it just for, to go out there and show it all off. He's doing it so he can entertain foreign dignitaries to come in from around the world and to have decent security with open entertainment inside. And nobody's going to get into that, be freely allowed to get into those venue or that venue in the big ballroom. He's going to have it right at the White House. So where the security is going to be, 100 layers deep. All right. That's how that's going off. And why not? How else are you going to get people and dignitaries together and other, leadership and, state leaders to come in and be able to be, such as Putin, such as Xi Jinping, Modi, and other high-level leaders to come in and be protected and have their security there. That's why Trump, he built this thing for two reasons. One was for security, and one was to wipe out the goblins' grid lines and all the underground tunnels. That had to go down 10, 11 layers, stories, down underneath. Billions of dollars have been spent there to get it done. But when it's all finished, we're going to see all kinds of wonderful ballroom entertainment and watch how the world comes together through that ballroom. That's what I see in my vision. Thank you. Should we set up a trust for profit on the foreign currency? Yes, it wouldn't hurt, but I wouldn't do that, until after. Is it Shinebu? I'm not sure. I cannot see. I cannot focus in. I would not do anything about the trust fund until you get the money. And then you can redirect it at that point. Because you're going to have wealth management people wanting to discuss things with you. And that's what you're going to say. You want a Commonwealth neutral common law trust set up in your family name, put out, your family name, or put a code name in there, or whatever you want, and then have executive. You can be executive along with your trusted family members or whatever you're going to do, right? And I would have, maybe one trust fund be under another trust fund. I don't know. Maybe set up one or two or three or four. You need a trust fund for, say, your land, another trust fund for your equipment, another trust fund for whatever else, your banking, or you do not want to have anything in your own name. Okay, you want to be the executor, and then when you get tired of doing that, you can pass that executor responsibility over to somebody younger in your bloodline. All right. How you doing, Mojo? In Quebec, we have 15 taxes, 5% federal and 10%. Yes, I know. That's all going to be wiped out. We're going to have 14% tax that is for luxury items only. The rest of it's going to be wiped out. Fast Eddie. You were born in Alberta? Then you're going to receive your money in Alberta. I was born in BC. That's why I'm here. I'm 7-hour drive away, from downtown, but I can receive it as long as I'm in BC. I'm going to be ready to rock and roll. I don't think this will take long at all. I don't. But like I said, it's they are doing the fundamentals right now to clear the way to basically pick all the fruit that is eligible for this transformation, and the rest, the troublemakers and the people that the soulless other ones are not going to be a part of this. Yeah, Derek Johnson's in this chat, is spamming to set up a QFS account. Then just, if he's in here, then you just block him, okay? And I will block him as well. If I see I have never, friended or, follow back anybody that's another creator. Never. Because I know that their accounts have been hijacked. So you just go ahead, and everybody that's on here that sees Derek Johnson's name here in capital letters, whatever it may be, wherever he has, just block him. All right. Thank you for the intel. What about the country war is going? Well, it's going to be soon to stop. Okay. It's not, they're not going to carry on. That's why all the military equipment and stuff like that's is getting destroyed. Yeah, thank you very much for thank you. Yeah, there's lots of spam going on. Yes, I know. Just everybody that's there, just block Derek Johnson. Yeah. Yeah, you can go back to Alberta once they're independent. I mean, if you were born there, you have all the right in the world to be there. Yeah. I mean, I worked there 22 years, but my home is BC. That's where I'm going to be getting my redemption. Remember, it's redemption, restitution, and reclamation. The 3 R's. Yeah. Yeah, he's got my content. There's not much I can do about it. I just got to keep plowing forward. And our weapon is our awareness. Our weapon is, is our brain. This is our weapon right here. That's it. That's all we need. And our another weapon that we use is right here. Our heart, our love. As soon as you go out and hug somebody and you show them love and gratitude, whatever you're doing, that sends out signals to all the negatives that are out there. They can't deal with it. It's like throwing water on a vampire. Yeah, I know. John F. Kennedy Jr. is also, they're using his content. They're using Michael Jacobs and Scott McKay. Everybody out there that's got a platform they are using. Right? Thank you, Billie Jean. Yes, I will block. As soon as I get off the live, I will search them out and block it. I do anyways. I've been practicing that for years now. The foreign currency exchange, don't ask for names, but just give you receipt. Yes, I know. That's why I say you can go to the bank or your bank or whatever and try to buy more currency and then throw that other currency in with the currency you bought at the bank. And just explain to them, because that way you'll be notified, and then explain to them I bought this through foreign exchange center, but I got this here through the bank, and then they'll throw it all into one and kick it out the door. I'm pretty sure that's how it'll be done. But you might get thrown, if you don't do that, then you'll probably get put into a category tier 5, and that'll just go onto the Comex. I'm sorry, the Comex, the Forex at that point, and you'll just be able to go in there and trade in your money through the bank. You won't be notified through the redemption center. Okay. Thank you. Yeah. How you doing, Pearl? Good to see you, dear. I keep trying as much as I can. I'm trying to get the content out because I know we're close to the end, and a lot of people are scared. They're and when they don't have the information, they get worried. And I'm just saying, the last thing I'm saying is, do not worry about anything. QFS is alive and well. Your accounts are alive and well, and you'll be able to have a wallet be presented to you and put whatever you want to be put into that wallet. Whether it be XRP, XLM, copper, gold, whatever, you're going to have that opportunity. And of course, as that stuff rises in value, you'll see that your account rises in value too, because you're putting all your money that is a controlled environment, okay, by the QFS, which is off planet, that nobody can mess with it except you or God, right? And you're going to watch, the last thing you're going to be worried about is money. If you're a good person, have a good heart, and, do good things with your money, you will never have to worry about money again in your life. Okay? So let's be good little boys and girls out there. All right? Thank you. Thank you for the hearts. Appreciate it. Hello from Canada. I'm happy that you were able to join us. I got to run too. Okay? God bless everybody. And we'll see you on the next one. Remember, send out something good today for somebody. Do something, just a little bit of something. Maybe buy them an apple. You know what I mean? Just something, just some kind gesture. Okay?